It's only when the camera first goes on that they're like, you just stop it.
It's gonna document for vlog.
Guys, I'm gonna do this telepathically because I'm psychic.
Twat!
You're a twat. Hi guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is our third video. Third video already. We're already official YouTubers.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Yes.
I can. I didn't doubt us for a second. Today, we'd like to talk to you about something that nobody believes. Our psychic abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So buckle up and let's get into it. So for years and years and literally years, we've been experiencing psychic moments, deja vu.
That can't just be explained by deja vu.
I mean, you could say we're just at one with the world, and the world talks to us before it talks to other people. Who really knows? All I know is, I know more than you. And I knew it before you as well!
Basically, we're psychic.
Yeah.
Nobody believes we're psychic, but we are psychic. Us, our older sister and our mum are all psychic. Today, in this video, we are going to share our stories with you so that you can also not believe we are psychic. So guys.
So this is one that nobody's ever believed when I've said, except for literally my sisters and my mum. Like, not even my own boyfriend believes us. So, so we have a family hotel at, like, where we live. Because I worked there at the time, I had a dream that I was on a shift and some men had come to the hotel looking for me. I knew they wanted me dead, like they wanted to kill us, they wanted to come after us. And so, something that isn't important, by the way, like all the walls in the hotel were like closing in and I had less and less time to escape. But I eventually got out and I came out and ran across the road in a Subway. It was a Subway sandwich shop. And I saw my cousin there and that's how I got to safety, because I used his phone to ring my mum. But there was no Subway, like, at the time from across where the hotel was. And then literally a week or 2 weeks later, a Subway was being built across the road in the exact same spot where I'd ran to safety. And I predicted Subway and nobody believes this, and it's so frustrating. Isn't it so frustrating when nobody believes you?
So
but
frustrating.
that still shocks me. Like, I don't know, I've got no idea how I predicted that.
And anybody saying that is a reach?
So I've got one as well, which is a dream one. So like one night I had, this is like a few years ago now, I had like a dream that two of my friends who like were in a relationship and then broke up, like I had a dream that they like slept together and then like decided to like try again. And then when I woke up in the morning, I was like going through my phone and stuff like that, and then I got a text from one of them saying that they'd slept together that night when I'd had the dream, probably at the time when I was having that dream. Like, that's maybe not even seeing the future,
Oh
that's
my God.
just seeing a different part of the world.
I was just about to say.
When you're not there, that's like telepathy or something.
What
Yeah,
if you were
telepathy.
actually in your dream watching them?
Ew, that's gross. I don't want to see that.
So one night I had a dream, and it was a really traumatic dream, like probably my worst dream to date, because I'd woken up and my chest felt tight, everything. It was a really horrible dream. And basically, in my dream, I was driving through a random city and for hours and hours trying to escape these two men who were chasing me in a car. I knew that they wanted to kill us, they wanted us dead, like that's why they were coming after us. And it's obviously your dreams only go on for like a few seconds, but this dream went on for a really long time, and it was, the whole thing was that like me escaping them like finding us again and again and again. And my dream ended by like me getting out of the car thinking that I'd like lost them and going through this kind of like booth thing where I had to open the curtain, go through and open another curtain to go through, don't know why. But I'd gone through the curtain, I closed it, I opened it, and my dream ended with them two men getting us. And when I'd woken up, I'd gone out of bed and I went downstairs and I sat on the stairs and I was like, oh, honestly, I had like the worst dream last night. And I explained it and Lauren was like, me and Mum had similar dreams.
We all had dreams where we're getting attacked.
My mum, I think Mum's dream was about her opening the door and someone attacking her at the door, wasn't it? And a few days later, something like in real life had happened to someone like near where we lived. But like that, if that wasn't us predicting that something was gonna happen to someone that was bad,
then tell me I'm not psychic. I decided on a whim to take my dog to Seaburn Beach. I never go to Seaburn Beach, it's just a bit more of a hassle, so I never used to go.
Yeah.
And as I was driving there, I thought of this guy who I don't really like, and I was like, how mental would it be if that person was there at Seaburn Beach? He doesn't live anywhere near Seaburn Beach, by the way. Like literally miles away from Seaburn Beach.
Yeah.
So I parked up, got me ticket, started walking down the beach, and I kid you not, I looked across the road and this particular person who I'd thought about earlier being at Seaburn Beach was in front of us walking his dog. How crazy is that?
That is mental.
And that's not even somebody I would think about on a daily basis.
yeah, so it's not as if you would just think of it randomly and then one time it would happen.
I used to always have that though. So like our parents split up like when, well, I feel like she was youngest. I was like
a
8
baby.
or something. Like if I was ever going shopping in my local supermarket or like down to like the local like town centre where the shops are and stuff like that, like I would always get like, not every time I would go, but like if I was going and I got like an anxious feeling and like worried about seeing me dad, I would see me dad. Because like, well, we didn't see him for ages after the divorce, so it was like always like an awkward thing if you did, because you just felt like you needed to run away, so it was like horrible if you did see him. But yeah, so like any time that I was going downtown and I had an anxious feeling, I would like know I was feeling anxious about seeing my dad in the street, and then I would like always see him if I had that feeling, which again, if you want to say that that's reaching.
Reach for that!
I think with us, a lot of it is to do with bad feelings, not necessarily like thinking of something and then it's happening. Like a lot of it is to do with bad feelings. I'm gonna get a little bit deep for a minute because this is about death, so trigger warning. So like our grandma died last year in February.
Yeah.
And at the day that my grandma passed, I was in 6th form and I was doing a presentation. And I remember I was looking at the computer. I didn't know my grandma had passed, like there was no phone call or anything, and I was doing a presentation in my class and I had this horrible, like such a dooming feeling come over us, and I had the urge to look at the clock, so I instantly looked at the clock and I remember what time it was, and I felt physically sick. I just felt so awful. And literally 30 seconds later, my head of 6th form had come in, basically told us that I had to go home because my grandma had passed. And this whole day just felt awful. Like, when I say awful, I mean literally like I felt like I could just in my pants because I had such a bad...
It's not unusual for sure.
That's for another video.
Whenever I'm like feeling psychic, I take my pants.
That's not what I mean. No.
Charlotte's real psychic all the time.
You've always been like that.
You know what, just edit that bit out. When I say that, I don't just mean that I feel really sick and I'm not well. Everything about us feels so wrong.
Your shoulders feel like heavy and everything.
Yeah, so everything, like my head, my shoulders, everything about us feels so wrong and so awful.
But Mum's like that as well though, like our mum had an experience like that like quite a long time ago. So there's like a woman, like an older woman who used to live across the road from us in like one of the really nice houses of the street. And my mum used to like go over and make sure she had like tea or whatever she needed in the house. And then like one night my mum just like woke up like out of nowhere, like in shock at like 4 o'clock in the morning, just like couldn't breathe and stuff like that, and she just like, it took her ages to get back to sleep. And then like when she spoke to the woman's daughter the next day, it turned out like at bang on 4 o'clock when my mum woke up, like the woman had like passed away.
But
like my mum like woke up and knew it. Do you know what I mean? She didn't know what she knew, but she like woke up and she was like, something's happened.
So something that is so weird for me is like I know when my ex is gonna get in touch with us. Like me and my ex don't talk. Whenever it's like whenever I had contact, it's always really, really random. But it's like for a couple of days beforehand, I know it's gonna happen because I get this feeling, this like knowing feeling that it's gonna happen. It's something like you have to wait for it, but it's an unpleasant waiting.
Yeah.
And it's
like an anxiety.
Yeah, it literally happens
but,
every
like, it's like
time.
a physical anxiety, isn't it? Like you can feel it in your bones. It's not great.
I also always know when there's going to be a kick-off about something, even if I'm not involved in it.
Lauren mentioned a bit in the intro about deja vu, and I know like you're probably sitting thinking, oh well, everybody gets deja vu. Like we have a different, like a really different kind of deja vu. For me, deja vu is like, it's not this has happened before, it's like I knew this was going to happen and that's why I think it's happened before, because I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, and
but
you're
then,
like just on the edge of knowing what's next,
yeah,
but
so,
you just can't find the words. It's like being stuck on the tip of your tongue.
And then Bethan has mentioned like loads of times when you're like, you know what's going to happen, so you say it and then it changes because if
yeah, oh, honestly, absolutely livid. Like the most annoying time. I don't know why this time is the most annoying to us, but like I was like with some friends and we were having a conversation about The Walking Dead, and like I've not seen The Walking Dead, but like I knew what had happened just because like, I knew we'd like already had the conversation and what they were about to tell us about the season, and I was like, right, and like I know like we've had this before, like tell us we've had this conversation before, and they were like, no we haven't, and I was like, right, well I shit you not, I definitely have like been here listening to you tell me about that before. And they were like, oh right, well what happens next? So like I said what happens next, and then because I'd said what was about to happen, then they did something different. So like
that's
one,
why
they still don't believe us, even though like I genuinely like this is a time where it didn't feel like an odd deja vu, like I genuinely could tell them what was about to happen, and then because I'd said that, it changed the course of the future, and I was like, oh, there's just no way to win at this.
Yeah, but also like sometimes with me when it's like, oh, I knew this was gonna happen and that's why I know what's gonna happen next, and then I go, oh, I knew this was gonna happen, and then I have that conversation, I go, no, I knew this conversation was gonna happen too.
Like I remember things happening before they've happened. Like 2 people that we know were having a baby, and they hadn't announced the sex yet, so nobody knew. I didn't know. I don't know if their family knew or not. It doesn't really matter. And they announced it on Facebook, and my mum put in the group chat, she was like, oh, they're having a boy, and I was like, yeah, we already know this. Like, I remembered them telling me on Facebook. I remembered seeing the post, and it to me, it had happened like 3 weeks ago or something. I was like, this is old news, I already know this happened. And Mum was like, no. And I was like, yeah. And Mum was like, no. And I was like, but like, that happens to me all the time. Like, I'll watch something I've never seen before and be like, okay, I know this next scene.
That happens to me with, like, if I go to see a film at the cinema that I obviously haven't seen before because it's just come out in the cinema.
Yeah.
And I know what's going to happen, but not, like, you know when people are like, oh, that was so easy to predict, like, that was such a common storyline. Like, no, like, I actually knew exactly how it was going to play out.
Yeah, like
exactly
how the
who, like,
acted.
yeah, so I went to see this, I can't remember what it was called, but I went to see this film about this girl who wakes up on the same day. What's that called?
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day. It wasn't the film. That wasn't the name of the film. But that's what it was. And it was because someone, I think if I remember correctly, it was because someone had like put something in a cupcake on the first day that it happened, and that's why it kept happening over and over again. So on one morning she found out that it was actually our roommate, spoiler alert, that it was actually our roommate. But I was sitting and I was going, I should have said to Dan, because now I haven't said it, so if I say it now he's not going to believe us, but I knew that was going to happen.
So I don't really buy them anymore, but I used to get a lot of like bingo scratch cards. And I used to buy like a few at a time, and like I used to, like, it sounds so stupid, but I used to like get them and I just used to like hold them between my hands like that for a little bit and then just sit. And I used to do it with each one. And then like I used to like share them with people, so like I would always like pick one and then the rest would go to other people, and like I would hold them for a bit, and whichever one was giving us the vibe, I would pick it out and that would be the one that would win.
Are you serious?
I'm being genuinely serious.
I never knew that.
I forgot about it. I mean, it was never like a massive win, like the most I ever won was like 25 quid. But
one more thing is, I don't know if this is like the same thing, but you know when you've got plans? Like, you know when you arrange to do something?
oh, and someone's about to cancel them.
No,
Or,
no,
like, okay.
no. It's just cool those jets, Bethan. When you've got plans,
Yeah.
right? I know if those plans are gonna go forward or not because I can either visualize it or I can't. Like, there's been so many times where, like, I've been planning to go to a party or going to meet some people or go on a date, I don't know. And if I can't visualize it, I just know that for whatever reason it's not gonna happen. Now, I'm gonna make a prediction here. I'm gonna predict that everybody watching this video is gonna think this is
Yeah.
and if I'm correct, leave a comment down below.
And if she's not, and so like seriously though, I was gonna ask if anyone watching has had any like psychic experiences of their own. Can you comment that please, or like send us an email to 3littlehuns@gmail.com.
Lauren will put it
Because-
somewhere on the screen.
If we, yeah.
Because she edits the videos.
Because if we like get enough of those stories in, I would love to do like we read out your experiences
Yeah,
sort of
that'd be
video.
good.
Like I would really enjoy doing that, and I'd also like to know that we're not the only people
Yeah.
who think that they're psychic and people don't believe.
So we had an idea that another video that we could possibly do is us sitting and telling you our ghostly and paranormal encounters, because we have had a lot of them. I don't know why, there's just something about our family that attracts
there
stuff
is.
like that. But we
Genuinely.
have so many stories about that. So if you've enjoyed this video, like either...
Let's face it,
and
you know you have.
if that is a video that you would like to see, like either just leave a thumbs up or comment and say that you would like to do that, because I would enjoy filming that.
Don't leave anything that is constructive criticism. Don't leave any negative comments. Only leave
can
things
email
that
it.
are compliments
yeah.
or bigger compliments. I was just gonna
Just
freestyle,
vibe,
just vibe some
Just do
things.
it. Just do it. Okay, so that was our experiences with psychic abilities. If you have any and you would like to tell them to us, comment or email us at 3littlehuns@gmail.com. And if you would like to become a little hun, give us a like, a subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. Thanks for watching. Bye.
The more you say get over yourself, the more I go on.